Alright, so this is my third video. I know that in the comments I promised scripted videos, but unfortunately it is winter break and vacation, and my whole family is home almost all the time, which is extremely aggravating, to be honest. And if you're about to criticize me for saying that, oh, how dare you, they're supporting you. Well, yeah, I know. Don't worry, I have much more offensive things to say, so you'll probably forget about criticizing me for that by the time I get done saying everything that I'm going to say that you're not going to want to hear, that no one wants to hear. So the question and the topic of this video is, why do I bother saying it? Why do I bother telling anyone what they're not going to want to hear, what no one wants to hear? It's probably the thing probably the number one thing in the world that any human least wants to hear. And I'm talking about the way that we have our current society existing as a result of evolution, evolutionary psychology, what got us here, what was good for us back a million years ago, as opposed to what is important for us now. And no one wants to hear that we need to change, or that we should even try to change the way that our brains are hardwired, because it hurts and it's uncomfortable, and no one even believes that it is even something that we should even want to do. People think that, oh yeah, well, if we have these instincts and these natural hardwiring to believe these certain ways, then we just shouldn't even question it, and we should adopt that as our morality, not use our neocortex at all, and go with emotional thinking and just going by rote, going with the group, going with the flow, groupthink, echo chamber, feminism. Well, let's see. Women are more important because they make babies, and we are just animals, and all we think about from our genes is just the survival of the species. Let's not use this evolutionary miracle, the one good thing that's come out of evolution, this marvel of this tiny little spot, this tiny little rind on the front of our brain called the neocortex that allows us to think beyond instinct and emotion and rote conformity to whatever kind of hormonal nonsense is driving us, and actually think about something in an objective, individualized mindset. Actualized. No, we shouldn't do that. And if you suggest to anyone that we should do that, you're just the biggest idiot. You're the most horrible monster. Obviously the people who are admittedly collectivists, the fascists, the supposedly left-wing social justice warriors, who there's nothing left-wing or liberal about them. They're just collectivists is all it is, and collectivism is Nazi communism, basically, is what it is. You really need to go read or listen to any of G. Edward Griffin's stuff on this, and you're going to say, oh, well, you have some kind of a political ideology that I don't like. Okay, well, add it to the list of the things you're probably going to hate me for. I'm used to it. But please, if you could go listen to him talk a little bit, at least just Google him, YouTube him, listen to him talk a little bit about collectivism and individualism. And I know that people are going to criticize me for saying that it's simplistic, but I'm sorry, it really does boil down to collectivism equals evil, individualism equals good. I'm sorry, but that's how it is. I, as being someone who was forced to step out of society because I am on the autistic spectrum, and I am just this kind of weird, anomalous person who just doesn't fit in, and I used to think that was terrible for me, and oh poor me, but now I realize it's a motherfucking blessing, because I'm able to see what other people can't see and don't want to see and have no desire to see and will not have any desire to see, no matter how much I try to explain it to them. 99.99999% of people will not have a desire to see what I am trying to explain. So why am I going to keep trying to explain it? Well, I just want to read a quote from The Matrix, that this is what Morpheus said to Neo in the movie, and I think it's the only thing that can possibly sum up what I'm trying to express here. We have a rule. We never free a mind once it's reached a certain age. It's dangerous. The mind has trouble letting go. I've seen it before, and I'm sorry. I did what I did because I had to. Now that's how I feel. Why am I going to try to explain to people that their hardwiring in their brain from millions of years of evolutionary psychology, what every instinct is screaming at them, that this is good, this is how you should believe, this is what you should construct your morality around, these sets of primitive ideas that are just emotionally driven from hormones and ancient instinct, not using logic, not using individual thought or critical thinking or objective reasoning or anything like that. To see, I don't know. It's so frustrating. Why do I bother trying to explain? No one wants to hear this. No one cares. No one is going to see what I have seen. No one wants to see what I have seen or hear what I have heard. So I being outside of it, like Nephenor has said, how he sees himself as like this metaphorical alien. I can see that what we are doing, that this great force called society that we have built up, is like a star. A star has fusion going on. That is what makes it grow so great and so hot and so intense and so powerful. That is all of its fury and its glory is from the fusion of the atoms inside it. And that is what our social behavior and evolution has been like. It's been the fusion that has built us into this great glorious thing, apparently. But fusion of a star is also what burns up its fuel and turns it into a black hole. And that is what is going on here. And I can see that we're going in that direction. I can see that this is bad. What we think is so good is not so good. And I could give you a million different crazy angles. You know, there's ancient stories about ancient mythology, like from Greek mythology, about Prometheus and these different things about, you know, fallen angels and the Nephilim and the Anunnaki and all these crazy different things where they say these beings came down and gave mankind the knowledge of agriculture and how to build a society, but in exchange for this it cost mankind their souls and they became corrupted. Now that's probably just a metaphor, but what did the people realize back then that we don't realize now? What did we lose by becoming this way? Now, I'm not saying that technology and everything that we have isn't great, and we should keep that and we should build on that, but to just be in the level of just wanting to conform to everything, the groupthink, the echo chamber, it's where I see it as it was perhaps needed. It was perhaps something that led us to our greatest glory. But now it's just going to be something that is going to drag us down and lead to our destruction, in my opinion. You know, it's like we're on the Titanic and we built it and it's this great unsinkable ship, but I'm saying that I can see an iceberg there. Okay, so whatever, that's all I really have for this video. I'm burned out on this. I will try to elaborate more in the future. Maybe do a better job of explaining it in future videos. Maybe not. Should I even bother? What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below. Why do you think I bother? Should I bother? Should I give up? Should I keep going? What do you think? Drop it in the comments below. Just one final thing I wanted to throw in here. Actually, to kind of bookend it from the beginning. Just to let you know, I love my family to death. They're the best. They're the most supportive people in the world. But they can be very loud and argumentative and all that. So it's a bit difficult to get any work done when they are around. So yeah. So let me know what you guys think. If you think I'm an idiot and I don't know what I'm talking about at all, go ahead and leave your hate in the comments below. I will not be remotely surprised. And if you want to say something like, but Josh, there are some parts of the cerebral cortex that do have to do with social functioning and behavior and stuff. Yeah, I know, okay? I realize that. You're probably not going to tell me anything I don't already know. If you were going to want to, I would think that even if you're not going to agree with one single thing I say, which is most likely, at least probably, I would hope that you could understand the point of what I'm trying to get at. I'm talking about the parts that do allow us to have a logical, self-directed idea of, hey, just because there's some hardwired thing in there telling us that sacrificing sacrificing 10 men to save one woman is good because of our little they make babies genetic groupthink thing, that maybe we could become mature enough as a species at some point to see past, to see, hey, no, everyone's lives should be equal. People are individuals. We're not just this collective. I don't know. Maybe we could at least start to get to the point where we see that might be a desirable goal to get to. I don't know. Why don't you let me know what you think? Drop your love or hate in the comments below. Peace out. Try to get a scripted video to you next time.